Wagoneers, to another exciting episode of the Wasted Wagons podcast. Today we got a packed house in here. We have the original crew over here. Biff, now like I said, I'm including Biff in the original crew now. And now we have Russell. We have Russell back for the third time as a special guest, so he's becoming almost a regular on the show. We got a
beer bottle.
Packed house. Should be a fun show tonight. We're going to start with a little bit of something in the golf world that actually came across as a funny story that Patrick's gonna open us up with.
Patrick, open me up.
Gladly. So Biff knows the story too. I don't think anyone else around knows the story.
I saw like memes about it, but I don't watch enough golf to.
It was on national news. Like it wasn't just like a golf story.
Yeah, I read a bunch of stuff on Reddit about it.
Yeah.
Also, really, I don't really watch much news either.
That's fair. So, what was it? Friday morning, there's an accident at the PGA Championship, which is in Valhalla, which is in Louisville. At 5 o'clock in the morning.
Valhalla.
Yes, a bus hits a pedestrian, kills a pedestrian. So there's a fatal accident, and there's all kinds of extra police and security around.
Is Ragnar over there?
Dealing with
the pedestrian happens to be a worker. Patrick finished the story. Yeah,
I think I saw that, but it's not so much germane to the rest of the story in the sense of that. But rest in peace to that person, his family. Yeah.
Jermaine Dupri.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Dupri got hit by a bus.
Traffic's backed up, and like the police and other security people are kind of on a bit of a high alert because they're dealing with the situation. So a lot of the golfers reported during the day that morning that they were parking like over a mile or two away and walking because the traffic was so bad and they wouldn't miss their tee time. So Scottie Scheffler is about 4 or 5 cars deep in line before the entrance to the golf course. So he decides to just say, screw it. And because per his words, he was told that if you were a player, you have your credentials, you can bypass the line and go on the left side and pull into the main entrance, or at least the entrance for the golfers at the course. So he pulls out, tries to go in line and gets stopped by police officers, which he did not know were officers at the time. They're just wearing like yellow high-vis vests and jackets. They talked to him for a second. Apparently he drove forward. He goes forward like another like 10, 15 yards and stops. Well, the officer like grabs onto his car and it gets kind of like not drugged, but like taken for a bit of a ride while he's there because the officer was trying to detain him and get him out the car. So he finally stops. They pull him out the car and they're putting him in handcuffs. And Jeff Darlington, who works for ESPN, he mostly covers football, but he's covering golf a little bit now or some other sports. He's got his cell phone out and he's recording the whole thing and he's trying to talk to the cops. And I was like, hey guys. But not once in the video do they announce or say who the golfer is or how important he is or anything like that. So the golfer, Scheffler, turns to Darlington and is like, hey man, can you help me? And he's like, the cop goes, there's nothing you can do for him. He's going to jail. And he's like, hey, but guys, and like you can tell that he's like, hey man, I don't think you know like who you're arresting. Like,
right.
This is a kind of a misunderstanding. I understand that there's a situation going on early this morning with whatever. So they put Scottie Scheffler in the back of the police car. They bring him to jail. They end up charging him with
put him in like what are the clothes again?
Oh yeah, his orange jumpsuit. They gave him an orange jumpsuit and everything because he got a
felony charge.
He got a felony misdemeanor, and a felony charge and 3 misdemeanors. And like the cop, after they put him in handcuffs in the back of the car, goes up to Jeff Darlington and is like, "Hey, can you give me the name? Do you know who it is that we just arrested?" And it's like, buddy, you just arrested the fucking world #1 golfer. Like, he's not a nobody, and I guess maybe they don't know because they're there for they're working for the state and not say the PGA security.
So that's how I heard it. That like there was a cop ahead of time that told him like to do what you were saying. Like, exactly. On the left side, that's the normal crew that's out there. But due to that accident, there was cops there, or police officers.
I have a question. Did he at any time mention that he was told that it was the police presence there was because of a pedestrian stroke?
From what Scheffler is saying, he was told by someone that until all the golfers were told, you go up to the thing, you present your media credentials, you can get out of the normal traffic line.
No matter what's going on, you could just drive.
I think they were probably told him that like the day before, on Thursday, when they were like, hey, there's going to be a long line because maybe the entrance is only so big.
So it wasn't due to the accident.
He didn't know.
No, he didn't know about the accident up ahead. All he knew was that, hey, there's probably a traffic line. You are instructed and allowed to take your credentials, go up to, pull into the little side thing, show them to the officer, and the officer should let you through. The officer was not a regular PGA security person. He was like a typical, I think, Louisville PD. He stopped from detaining things like that, so I don't think he knew who Scottie Scheffler was.
Sean, are you paying attention? But it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter who it is if somebody's not complying or resisting arrest.
Agree, which is why he got hit with.
I'm also dragging a.
Yeah,
so you're the Pope if you're not.
What was the extent of that? Right. The drag.
They said he had to go to the hospital.
Like 5 or 10. He has like a scrape, a couple of scratches and bust runs or whatever on his like hand and leg.
All my information's from Reddit, so it's not all true, but for sure.
Right.
But
he got hit with felony assault, second-degree assault of a police officer, that was the driving while the cop was trying to stop him or whatever. Misdemeanor, reckless driving, misdemeanor something else. So 4 counts total.
Yeah,
and like
resisting arrest, right?
I think so. But like ESPN, so it was on the time Get Up was on. So Mike Greenberg is like going through the whole story in the spiel, and then they show his mugshot until like he's in the orange jumpsuit and everything. And then as the morning progresses, the start time, everyone's tee time got knocked back an hour because of the incident earlier. So he now is supposed to tee off at like 10 in the morning. So they're doing live updates on ESPN. They show a video of him getting out of jail, and then next thing you know, they're like, "Oh, Scottie Scheffler is on his way to the golf tournament." Next thing you know, Scottie Scheffler has made it to the tournament. He's got 20 minutes to before tee off.
Shot pretty well, too.
Dude, he goes in.
He killed it, huh?
Yeah, and they say he's one of the best compartmentalizers in the sport. So he comes out with probably 12-ish minutes to spare. Goes to a little practice routine real quick and fucking shot a 5 under, which is a great round of golf.
Jeez.
So I remember my nephew had just gotten up and come downstairs. So I'm like, "Hey, do you hear what happened?" He's like, "No, what?" So I'm explaining to him. And my first joke was, Nike needs to overnight to him an orange pullover with a black or white check and an orange polo. And every Friday of a golf tournament, he needs to wear orange as his fucking color. Like Tiger would wear on Sunday red, he needs to wear Friday orange for his jumpsuit. Amazing.
I did read that he was very apologetic.
Yeah.
And he accepted that he fucked up.
He's as even keel and the least likely person to be a bad boy or do something stupid. And so it was a real shock to people. Wait, Scottie Scheffler got arrested? What did he do? Drop a candy bar wrapper on the ground and forget to pick it up? That's the worst thing he would probably do. So it was just there have been a bunch of other people that could have gotten this would have happened to, and it'd been totally understandable. And then of course, on Reddit, all the memes started to flood in, and one of them was the Tiger big dog is when Tiger went to go pick up Scottie from the PD, he's like, "Big dog, what's up?"
We got the one with the teardrop.
The teardrop.
I'm looking at all the people that had the mugshot on the t-shirts.
Oh yeah. Dude, they went into action real quick and just made t-shirts. But I think they're going to knock it down to.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah, it's a misunderstanding on a couple different parts. Yeah. The situation was elevated because of the fatal accident earlier that morning. Cooler heads will prevail, and this will kind of get worked out.
Yeah.
He's also got enough money to help make this go away. Hey, do some community service. Go play a charity tournament in Louisville one day. and maybe the officer might get a day off of work.
Right.
Problem solved for everybody.
No, check what I just sent. It's for you, Todd.
I was actually today years old when I heard the name Scottie Scheffler, so shows how out of tune with golf I am.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Like
Honestly,
I don't.
I've maybe heard of him. I didn't know he was like number one in the world.
Yeah, like he just won the Masters earlier this year, and
I think it's wild that I know somebody sports-wise over anybody in this room at this point. That's real weird.
that's more because of you and Reddit.
Golf is not my forte. I could probably name like 5 golfers.
I'll read out the
most of them are retired by now.
that I sent. It says cannot enter Valhalla. Scottie Scheffler and a Viking who did not die in battle.
So that's a pretty crazy story, but I mean, like the guy, and we said he fucked up, but at no point he probably didn't realize the guy was hanging on his car, and didn't mean to drag the guy by any means.
I heard the visibility was an issue. Do you know?
Oh, it was like pitch dark. It was like 5 something, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Overall, big miscommunications, and then like not great visibility, just like bad scenario. Like just I don't know. It's kind of weird.
It's the perfect storm of a situation for something so memeable to happen, and to happen to someone that this would never happen to. Like Scottie Scheffler's only going to get arrested for probably spilling a glass of wine or something. Like, he's not that kind of guy.
Whoa, we're talking serious crime right there.
Slapping.
It's alcohol abuse right there.
Well,
Alcohol abuse.
unless it's like a Josh Cab, you can spill that shit.
Hey, I drink Josh Cab.
Hey, buddy, I like Josh.
It's my brother's name.
That was one of the big things of the weekend that he ended up not shooting well Saturday, but did well today. I don't know where he finished. He didn't win this major, but to come back and shoot probably, I think, a top 3 round on like hours after getting arrested, that is insane.
I'm sure it didn't hit him until like a day later.
It's legendary.
Just like everything that happened.
Yeah, and he said in his interview, he's like, honestly, I'm just tired.
Yeah.
Like, I'm mentally drained, physically.
Yeah.
I'm just out of it. It's like, I can't believe what happened Friday happened. I was like, yeah, you know what, Scottie? I said the same thing when I first got arrested. I was like, I can't believe this happened. This has to be a dream.
Well, staying on the topic of sports, we recently have seen a couple of our favorite baseball teams drop their City Connect jerseys. The latest was Patrick's St. Louis Cardinals. I'd like to get Patrick's opinion on.
So technically, they don't release until tomorrow, but the leak has been out for about a day or two now, and it's safe. It's a red jersey. The coolest part about it says the Lou instead of Cardinals on the chest plate. The hat is as boring and generic as they could make it. It just says STL.
The hat looks like it was made by the same company that made Great Britain's World Baseball.
Yeah.
Blue like the British bathroom. No.
Yeah.
Just say.
Or Nelly.
That's their season.
It seems
right
like
Or from Nelly's tip drill video from Mike.
I think my complaint with a lot of these City Connect jerseys is that like they can really incorporate like a lot more from like the city, like maybe like monuments or like Hall of Fames or things like that. But they seem to be stuck on the city's abbreviations. Definitely throwing that in there somewhere, which I find that kind of boring.
Yeah, I don't get the big CLE. Like, what's
So that,
especially when you got a nickname like the land or whatever.
Yeah, that's. So we'll segue right into the Cleveland Guardians that just dropped last week, and I actually think they look fairly cool compared to some of the other ones. But my complaint is that I wish it would say the land across the chest rather than CLE. I think a lot of these teams are just kind of stuck on their abbreviations when, Cleveland's kind of known for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and things like that. You could have done something with something musical on it. I think that's the big complaint. But now, the more I look at the Guardians jersey, I'm really starting to contemplate getting one because I think they've kind of done a better job than some of the other teams. As far as Todd just walked out the room, I was going to get his opinion on the Baltimore ones. I still think Sean's Tampa Bay Rays probably have the best one so far.
Yeah, for sure.
I like how they're mine.
The Cleveland one,
we're making them yours.
Yeah.
the red, white, blue stripe on the Cleveland makes that jersey for me. I don't love the CLE, but again, I don't have a dog in the fight. It's not my team.
Yeah.
The land would be better. They put the land on above
the tag. Yeah.
Above the tag. It should have been in front and on the jersey and wherever. So like,
I would have swapped the CLE over the tag and put the land across the chest. I do kind of like. I'm looking at the navy blue now, and it's not just like a regular navy blue. It's almost like a navy blue and kind of like black, almost swirl. When you look at the jerseys, and that looks a little different. Reminds me a lot of the American League All-Star jerseys from last year that Todd bought. Adley Rutschman one for himself, and Austin Hayes one for Camden. And I kind of like that swirl pattern. I think the socks are what are the best part of the Guardians because they actually have the Traffic Guardian statue on the sock, which is what I would have liked to see something big incorporated on the jersey with that. But overall,
like
I guess
patch or something.
I guess I can't walk away really complaining about the Cleveland ones when I see some of the other teams come out.
What I like about the Cleveland ones though is it's got the old school like red and blue stripe coming up the pants.
Yeah, and then they're coming down the sleeves of the jersey as well. That's what Patrick pointed out.
I have to reserve judgment on the Cardinals uniform until I see the full thing because I couldn't really see the pants.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be white pants with probably some sort of red pin stripe on the side. We don't know what the socks are going to look like. But I'm not surprised that it is as generic and safe as it kind of looks because you can't really do a lot with the Cardinals stuff. Really, you can do like the Redbird or
the arc,
and you would think so. I know they have there's an homage I think on the sleeves to the rivers that go around the city, so that'll be cool. But it's nothing fancy. It looks okay.
Yeah, I do like how they included the Lou. They have the birds over the Lou, which I think that's cool. Like you said, the hats are pretty shitty.
You know what they should have done? They should have just taken Nellie's face with the Band-Aid, put
like a patch on the sleeve.
No, Murphy Lee. Sorry, Murphy Lee. Trey Murphy. Murphy Lee.
You know what? Take the entire St. Lunatics. Put them on the jersey. Yeah. Put all the St. Lunatics characters on the jersey and just say the Lou on top and do whatever you want with the hat. I don't care at that point. But give me that on the... You probably have that already.
A Nelly face with the Band-Aid on the sleeve. Like
give me that.
That's out.
With like him under the arch too? Come on.
Or put the arch on the hat.
Use all the money.
I mean, that would have been...
That would have been tax problem.
Put an arch on the hat. That would have been...
Well, the arch would be you could see me.
The hat's font almost looks like Red Sox writing or something. STL, it kind of looks like Red Sox.
So again, I need to see what the pants look like and the socks look like to make a full judgment, but it's going to be a 5.5 out of 10, 6 maybe. The Lou's cool, the hat sucks, but then pretty much all Cardinals hats sucks because all they have is either the blue hat with the Cardinal or it's the red hat just says STL in white.
The Cleveland hat isn't terrible. But they basically just took their regular logo and just put white behind it.
Yeah,
they've already have a hat similar to that they sell on Fanatics before they called it the City Connect. Todd, what do you think about the Orioles once they were released last year? But you never really.
I'm not really a fan. If you've seen the ones I bought, I went and bought the All-Star jerseys last year over the City Connect jersey.
McDonald on one of these jerseys.
He probably does. And McDonald loves him some Charm City. See, but why didn't they didn't include Charm City anywhere on Baltimore's jersey? It just says Baltimore in script and it's black.
Could have said Mobtown.
Yeah, I mean they could have included like a nickname. It's just very, very plain. I don't even. I mean the helmets are just and the hats are just like a script B. I mean,
I know they've incorporated like a little bit of like that flag or something across
the colors around. That's probably the only like remotely good part about it, but I mean the rest of it's just super plain.
I think we can all agree that they're better than the Detroit Motor City Connect jerseys. Those are terrible.
I'm still trying to understand that. The same with Philly too. Like Philly they had like the blue jerseys and what did they just say Philly on them? I mean it's pretty lame as well. I do like their hats with the bell. Cool. That's so it seems like every team that's put one out it's like we may like the hat of one team but hate the jersey. I think the one team that we like both of so far is Tampa.
Well, there you go, Sean.
I mean the hat is just cool as shit though because it's got the ray that with the bridges in it.
Yeah.
And like the water and that matches the colors. Josh said he didn't like the jerseys because he said it was like the name was hard to read from like a distance or something.
It's funny. I don't dislike the hat, but it's like I guess I like that original Rays logo so much.
Yeah.
And I would buy a jersey before a hat.
It's a
Actually,
Casey Jones.
If,
I'm trying to see what Josh was talking about.
if Sean doesn't buy himself this Rosa Reina jersey by Christmas time, I think I might be buying it for him.
well, I guess I gotta wait then.
So I mean, I guess I can see what
Merry
Josh
Christmas,
is saying
John.
though, because the name, the jersey's black, the name's written kind of in black with like the neon around it. So I guess I can see from a distance where it'd be hard to read. I still think they look really good though.
Which was it the Mets or the Yankees that had one this year?
The Mets.
The Mets.
But they made him look like the Yankees.
Yes, and it's too dark and like they need more
That
color for the
hat's on,
outline. Like that purple. The purple is awesome.
It's a cool
They need
hat.
to make more of an outline for it because it looks too dark that you almost can't read it. Kind of like what Josh was saying about some of the other ones.
The thing with the Mets is the Mets made their uniforms almost look like they're Yankees colors, and it just says like NYC, so people would probably automatically assume it's a Yankees.
Right, yeah.
Now the one thing, the Mets have a pretty badass batting helmet with their City Connect jerseys. I mean, I know that's not something anybody's going to go out and buy, but they have like the I think it's like the Brooklyn Bridge across their batting helmet, and it actually looks really good. But that's probably about the one part of about the Mets City Connects that I like.
What about these Rockies ones? These Rockies ones are real. Come out.
Yeah,
Those are a couple years
pretty
ago.
badass.
Yeah, some of the older ones, I think maybe better than the new ones. Like the Astros Space City one. I mean, as much as we all hate the Astros, which I didn't put them on my list yet, maybe I won't. The Astros Space City jersey is actually probably one of the coolest ones. I actually contemplated maybe thinking about getting a Bagwell one at one time. I just can't bring myself to buy an Astros jersey right now.
I was literally going to say, hey, buddy, I like Jeff Bagwell.
I do like Bagwell. Bagwell was one of my guys.
This is what I'm talking about. Errors.
Big.
I love the Astros.
I will put the Astros in the hated sports franchises just so I can say why. But as a kid, I never had an issue with the Astros. They were a long-time Zephyr affiliate. Jeff Bagley, Killer Bees. The Killer Bees of Bagwell, Biggio, Bell, those and Barkman. All of those dudes were likable guys. It's just over recent years, grown they can't stand them.
Yeah, with all the sign stealing and retardedness.
Yeah, but
It's pretty much when they went to the current color scheme and logo and everything.
But I'm willing. If I guess Tampa Bays are awesome from this year, but I would say the Space City Astros are probably my favorite one so far. But I also mentioned on Facebook when we made the post about the City Connect jerseys that the Marlins City Connect jersey from a few years ago. I mean, it was cool for me just because it looks like a Rummel baseball jersey. It's like the red and the Carolina blue or the powder blue, whatever you want to call it. And those are actually some of it. I think they came out the same year as the Space City jerseys.
Thoughts?
On that?
Space City.
I agreed earlier.
That's
pretty cool.
Did the Angels have one yet?
I don't know. Did they?
Don't know.
On the Golden Knights.
Golden Knights have some.
Why the crown for Miami though? Like what is
Slightly
the hat was
off topic, but not really. Russell got the Casey Jones hat.
Yes.
Then it's absolutely fire with that mint color. The only problem is, Russell, I'm disappointed in you.
Why is that?
Because you got the hat. You
What
needed
if I've already ordered the mint Air Jordans?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Did you?
I haven't.
Okay.
I'm going to.
I like where your head's at there. You're at least on board with that.
You're not matching.
I'm gonna have to buy me a pair.
we need.
Well,
Josh
I sent you the pair that.
We need Josh in here because Josh is always fresh.
He's
with
always
the,
matching
the matching with the shoes and the hats.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if Travis showed you the picture, but I sent him a pair of Jordan or J1s that or
Yes.
Black and
That's
orange.
colored?
no, they're Ohio State in color. Basically,
It almost looks like you can almost combine it because they have a lot of like Kings colors to it, but then like you have the red check down it to make it the Ohio State.
yeah. So it's like
You can wear
it's like
those jerseys.
a steel gray and black.
I'm having a pair of those low top ones.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Those are my Astros.
The ones that I have on
The
now
90s.
look so ridiculous.
It was like 95 to 99.
They're vintage pandas. It's not like the normal leather. It's like a synthetic material.
Because
You
you
haven't
have
seen these yet, have you?
no, I saw them second, but yeah,
Yeah.
to that. But yeah, I just want to give a shout out to my man's hat and that he knows he needs the mint and black
It's
J.
a flat bill hat, so I feel like I don't know what to do with it because it's angled. I can't wear it normal. It's like angled up. Is it supposed to be like that? This looks ridiculous.
Bend it down a little bit.
It has when you wear it like that, you have like a bit of a current times Fred Durst vibe
It
going.
really defeats the point of a hat, though. Like, just let the sun come into my face.
Yeah.
Mike, didn't you just purchase that a couple seconds ago?
I did.
And honestly, I'm probably going to buy it tomorrow. So we're going to have to coordinate when we wear this. So we either
we need to all wear it at the same time.
we can all be bros, or we can not be douchebag
It's
bros
on
together.
sale right now, $27.99.
Oh.
I think next time all of us go somewhere together, y'all all three need to wear it. Actually, be a cool softball team hat, you know.
Oh, here we go.
The Casey Jones.
Speaking of, I drove
Playground.
I drove by the playground the other day. Grass is looking lovely, looking nice.
Is it a clink room?
It looks clean.
Mike, when we get the league started again.
Oh, please don't.
Did y'all used to do softball? Like an actual league or just go out and play?
No, we played in the league for what, 2
or 3 years?
3 years.
It was a first responder league.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, Mike was I think was in charge of this. So a lot of people on our team.
Not of the league, of the team.
Yeah, the team. Yeah.
So basically, like Mike had a lot of guys who would be on 1 week off, or pretty much the whole team on 1 week off the next. So we had to find fill in players. So the 4 of us were in there.
That's pretty cool.
Old man Bob Whitman was in there.
Yeah, they fucking roped me. That is shit.
Dude, come on! You were
The
playing
ringer.
like how many
The best player on our team was a 67-year-old.
It really was.
I don't think he was that old at the time. Bob Whitman.
Yeah, Bishop Bob was awesome. Like he could hit. He wouldn't smash the ball, but he would hit it wherever he wanted
He
to.
played college baseball. So
Speaking of Rumble teachers, are we going to do a toast to Coach Schneider?
we should.
I think we should. Anyway, sorry.
We have a shot, or at
Can
least
we invite Barry Raunchy to come do an impression?
Oh shit!
Which was awful.
It was an awful impression.
It sounded nothing like Coach Schneider.
Barry.
It was just Barry Raunchy shifting his weight from side to side.
That's accurate.
He would just go, flip,
Shit.
Coach Schneider, I honestly learned a lot in this class. Like, I felt we actually got through stuff.
I think Barry just idolized the dude that was a year ahead of us that did the impression.
I was going to say
He was doing an impression of a guy
an impression of an impression.
It was Mercury, that was the kid's name?
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway,
He was actually good. Barry just wanted to try and be
So
good.
you're saying Schneider actually taught on like a lot of PE coaches?
he did. Like, I mean, he taught us. Like, I had him. I mean,
I'm not dissing,
Bob actually, I can actually
my dad taught.
I can actually vouch for Bob because Bob was the only one.
Speaking of that,
I was talking about PE because most of the time PE coaches
Don't feel bad,
the history classes too.
Speaking of Bob, he accepted the invite to the podcast, but he will do it around the draft.
Okay.
But he said before or after.
So we gotta get his.
I prefer before. He'll come in with his mock draft list.
His mock draft
and then just Joe Mixon.
Sure, that Texans offense, Joe Mixon, he's going to get a lot of carries here,
Or what other bad pick is that year? The year I wasn't at the draft.
No, y'all won't have the
Kyler Murray.
Y'all did well last year.
Before Patrick Mahomes.
So you won't have the
Patrick Mahomes is available.
Y'all won't have the option to have McCaffrey screw y'all into the dirt this year after he gets hurt, for staying healthy all last year.
Well, we had Justin Jefferson do that for us this year.
Y'all can't have the first pick, and you have the first pick, whoever y'all take is hurt.
I know. Dylan says we have to keep the same team name until our first pick is
Fill our hands out.
Pretty much. For the first pick fatality.
First pick fatalities, yeah. Anyway.
By the way, don't feel bad about the PE teacher thing because I was not very young when I was like blown away. My dad said he taught biology before. It was like, oh, you were not always just a PE coach.
Yeah, my dad taught health, and like he would show me the kids that would cheat off each other. He's like, look at this. He's like, he showed me their tests. He's like, yeah, they got all the same answers wrong.
Yeah, he's good.
I said they're cheating off each other. He's like, y'all two, come up here.
Yeah.
And I was like in third grade.
I taught biology at Rummel for 2 years, and you instantly see that. It's like, God, do y'all think we're like fucking stupid? Like y'all sit close to each other, and y'all had the same friggin' answers.
So the whole tapping over the shoulder. 1 is for A, 2 is for
Well,
B.
we were banking.
That was genius.
Genius.
But see, we
That didn't work?
we were banking on the fact that you knew what you were doing.
Oh, well, that's true.
Y'all all got
Wrong.
74s.
No, we played strategically though, because sometimes I'd intentionally mark one wrong to throw them off.
I remember from Mr. Andoni's class, rest in peace. We had we had this Spanish class before us, and we got the answers to the test, and so somebody wrote it on the board and put little marks over it to make it look like a Spanish word. And like he's reading the test to us, and it's literally the answers above his head. And I felt so bad for the guy. I was like, one guy was like, "I'll get a 70. Don't worry, I'll get a 70." And like we all got hundreds on it. It was like it's a religion class.
You knew he died, right? I thought you said he did.
Yeah. I forgot for a second.
It was like COVID complications or something. He was only in his 50s.
Yeah,
When that old.
Yeah. Anyway,
But going back to what Mike was saying, so Todd, Mike, and I were in Spanish 3 honors together at Rummel, and because of our names, we sat in a line. So it was like Olivier Worthy. Well, he sat in front of us. So I don't know how he did that, but
Mike obviously knows.
wait, no, Mike sat behind us because it was so Mike sat behind me and then I sat behind Todd,
So like,
and we would tap. He would say,
so it'd be like 23.
dude, like I was good. I was good at Spanish 1 and Spanish 2. We had to Spanish 3. It was literally the reading section of an ACT written in Spanish. And it's so I'm sitting there like, dude, Todd and I bombed the first test, and went, Mike, we need some help. And he's like, so Mike,
So
he was leaning in.
instead
of studying and learning,
sitting down with them, I'm like, all right, look, this is how to study.
Let's work on the cheat code.
Let's figure out a way for you to give us
So Todd and I would be sitting
Rumble,
there
if
with
you're
blank
listening,
tests.
don't provoke our diplomacy.
So Todd and I would be sitting there with blank tests, and then Mike would say, lean forward. He's like, all right, you ready? And he would just start. And he would take us, he'd get two taps for B, and he would stop for a second. The next one was coming. 1, 2, 3. Take a second. And then one guy
I would do it to him, he would do it to him.
So Todd would probably be like the last one in the class to finish his test.
it's like
He's fucking taking a Morse code going.
I think it helped Todd and I get at least B's in that class.
Yeah, I think we swung a B.
You know?
Spanish.
Mike probably got like a 105 or something in the class.
Mike probably got the gold card.
I think he did, huh?
The gold card.
Or like gold and silver cards or whatever.
It wasn't a green card.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Oh, racist.
Have you been out in the sun a lot lately?
Wait, what did you say?
Have you been out in the sun a lot lately?
Well, yesterday I went to a pool party, and today I was at the beach all day.
My God, you are golden.
Thank you.
You are tanned
You
the
look like the
fuck up.
donkey.
Thank you.
Wow, that's
You
right.
don't look like this pink white boy over here.
Oh,
Ew.
son, aloe vera.
I would have.
Exactly, yeah, look at
I'm
that.
all red.
Hey, see, red weather.
Yeah, I was at the beach all day.
I can see, like, you are a proper shade of bronze gold over there.
The,
Just wait.
Hot Spring Beach?
By like August, I'll be looking like you.
Brother, you don't want that.
for the listeners, what is
The
it?
credit score going to shoot.
Listeners don't know what
Your
Patrick
credit
is
score
like.
never.
For the listeners who haven't seen
can't
this
make
in
that
person, Patrick is the only shower on the staff.
The only show.
He's the only shower on the Wasted Wagon staff.
Not where I thought you were going to go with that joke. Anyway, moving on.
Back to PC.
Guess which one he is on the logo, guys.
The darkie.
Cancelled.
Cancel.
Speaking of, and it's not so much about being canceled, I do want to give a shout out to you guys. Because I don't know if you've been keeping tabs on the number count. Do you know what number episode we are recording right now?
I was trying to
What
guess
is that?
that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which one?
27.
I say 30.
27.
27?
The point being, we made it to 25. Remember when we first started, I was like, we ain't going to make it past 5, 10. I don't know how the fuck 25 is going to happen out of all this shit.
Yeah.
We have made it to 25
At the 15th
episodes.
episode, do we have to talk about
That
the
means
names?
we got to get tattoos, right?
Yeah.
I was like, what was the bet? Was it 25 and y'all got to get tattoos?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that.
I'm in.
Oh, Yeah,
I'll get the donkey.
We're getting a wasted way.
Mike.
So I'm just gonna get a tattoo.
That Mike of him on the donkey, like on the back of his calf.
It's like, Biff, you gotta get a tattoo of Mike on you.
It's like, can you replicate this?
I'm just gonna get a
Gianaloni to draw a face of Biff real quick.
I'm gonna get a tattoo of a shirt on my skin and just leave it as that. Just a shirt. I mean, you'll see it the same. It won't get any different.
You get an outline on your face.
Yeah, just get an outline of the shirt. Maybe I'll get fucking brand or something. But yeah, we did 26 episodes current, 27 being recorded now.
That's amazing.
And
that's including like
no, that's
the shorts and stuff.
No, that's just full episodes.
Full episodes.
Yeah. And we have
the
18 top fives.
What do they call that in like a portfolio? Don't we have a portfolio going on here?
Something like
Yes.
that.
Whatever you call it, I don't know.
A spank bank?
A series?
I don't know.
A repertoire.
Yeah.
A catalog.
Arsenal.
We have a very nice catalog.
I was debating like on the number and like, do we start like season 2 as in like every 25 episodes a new season starts something like that for like the cataloging on Spotify? I don't know, but I meant
Joe
to
Rogan just number them.
Yeah,
he's at like 2025 or something.
Yeah, I meant to bring that up last time, but yeah, we're 25 episodes, boys. We so far it's still
quite
alive.
an accomplishment. It's quite
Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations to us. Big pats in the back.
Yeah,
big pats.
Yeah, it's on the back already.
Well, while we're doing the cheers, and now that Travis just cracked his first beer, why don't we go in our room and talk about what we're drinking for our cheers?
This was actually my second beer,
so
I'm going to go ahead and start then.
Oh, that's right. Beer was much more interesting.
Felt some aggression in that statement.
So this is.
You noticed that, huh?
I'll start because this was actually really good. So this is part of the Abita. We spent a lot of time giving some love to Abita at the Cinco de Mayo episode. This is their blueberry wheat, and it actually tastes very similar to Sweetwater Blue. My wife actually found this beer and got it, and then I bought more for her for Mother's Day, and I took one today just because I wanted to try it myself. And it actually legitimately does taste like Sweetwater Blue, so you actually do get an A+ for this beer, Abita. So it's called Abita Brewing Blueberry Wheat. It's excellent beer.
Good job.
And what I'm drinking right now is nothing special. It's the old school PBR. I'm still finishing off the ones that I've been drinking for the last few episodes. So nothing special there. But I do want to give a shout out to the blueberry wheat. It's very delicious.
Where'd you get it? Just grocery store?
Total Wine.
Total Wine. You're gonna beat it. It's probably gonna be everywhere.
It sounds great.
Yeah,
they had pick some of those up.
They had some weird shit in some avocado something. It was like
we can tell you don't like diversity.
The Barney's the Andigator.
I'm not drinking Miller Lite.
No, the Barney's the Andigator and Purple Haze next. Yeah,
it's good.
Barney.
People were doing that requesting that, and then they went ahead and just made one.
But it said avocado in it.
Did it?
Maybe I'm reading it.
So the Barney is actual part of the berry pack. So it's actually 4 blueberries, 3 blueberries, 3 Purple Haze, 3 Barneys, and 3 strawberries. Just regular strawberries. And actually, we bought the first packet Total Wine, and I was like, oh, this would be a good Mother's Day gift for Heather. So I went back a couple days later and bought another.
Sometimes Total Wine close.
Patrick?
10?
9
over there.
9 on Sundays.
9 on Sundays, probably. Too early.
So yeah, good stuff.
I guess I'll go next.
We've got 28 minutes.
My first beer, I'm on number 2. Actually, finishing number 2. I'll probably open the third one now.
What kind of a koozie you got there?
Same one I've been having. You.
How about that? It's got 2024 on it.
My first one was a Shiner Kolsch, and it was a doozy, man. It was really good.
Yeah,
I bought a variety pack, and it was amazing.
First word. Oh, God.
It was amazing.
Well, we also
on a scale of 1 to God.
We also give Shiner weekly love on here.
Yes,
I've never tried a Kolsch, but I'd love to.
Dude, Shiner's amazing.
How many hearts does it get?
Oh, 10.
10 hearts.
10 out of 5?
Yes. It was God.
Oh.
Then my second one, Shiner Cosmos, named after the original brewmaster Cosmo Spitzel.
Oh,
all right.
It's a German lager.
Spitzel Brewery.
Yeah, I had no idea Mr. Spitzel was named Cosmo.
It's a German lager, and it's God. I like this one better than the Kolsch.
So that's I was about to ask, which one is Godar? Is it
this one is God.
Both of those sound pretty
So
awesome.
I don't know if you want to show the camera both of them.
I like that bottle with the
You can
little
show
old dude on it. That's
That's the original brewmaster.
That's Cosmos.
that's cool.
Cosmos Spitzel.
I believe it's Spitzel.
Sean, what are you drinking?
Potato.
I am not drinking tonight. I'm drinking agua because I fell victim to the infamous red drink at St. Edward. St. Schmedward, you know. One of the dads, I won't name names, makes this red drink concoction, which is fruit punch Crystal Light mixed with like vodka and a shot of Everclear, and it's very dangerous because everyone can drink it. It's like Kool-Aid. You don't even know you're drinking alcohol, and there's no sugar in it either, so it messes you up pretty fast. And that's also after I had lemonade. What the hell was it?
Sounds real good.
Strawberry lemonade at the golf course that I'm sure had vodka in it as well. So it was a very long day of drinking in the heat. And
I can tell by your voice that you were drank yesterday.
yeah, well, may or may not have smoked various things throughout the day too.
Oh,
So
jeez.
maybe some poles, but you know.
Wait, you smoked
Y'all were all thinking it, so I had to say it.
Timestamp that.
I'm gonna
Timestamp that.
No.
Maybe I smoked some poles. I don't know.
Put on top of it. Drinking at Mid-City Yacht Club Thursday, doing crawfish cook-up setup Friday night, and then all this yesterday. It's been an interesting.
So your brother needs a break.
You look like you need a nap.
Yes, and yeah, being in the sun and all that. Yeah.
I'm right there with you, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump right in because I'm not drinking any alcohol either tonight. I've been having horrible acid reflux lately, and I'm trying to take a break from it.
Like a Zin?
So I'm just drinking some Crystal Light.
There you
So I
go.
mentioned the Crystal
What
Light
flavor?
tea. The Crystal Light tea.
Well, which one? Peach tea, peach mango, lemon. Oh, just the lemonade. Okay.
Very good.
I never had Tecate before, and on Friday night I had a Tecate for the first time. Definitely not my favorite of the Mexican beers.
That's the tomato.
Oh, the brand.
No, it's just a Mexican lager.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it?
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of Soul. I had Soul the
I
first
was
time.
thinking of Clamato.
Oh, chlamydia?
Bruh.
So I had a Tecate for the first time on Friday. Just throw that out there. I mean, it doesn't even compare to our
I might have to try that.
our
That
suck
looks
fest
so
of
good.
Pass it around. It's
Modelo. But
amazing.
Mike just had an orgasm.
That's my.
Mike, would you
Most
go
fucking
back and explain what
favorite
you're
beer
drinking
ever.
now?
Mike just opened another Shiner box.
This is a fucking orgasm.
This one might be the goddess of them all.
Just pass it around.
That
I'll
is so
deal with
good.
the hepatitis.
I was going to say, Ross, I'll smoke COVID because I'll drink out of the same bottle.
Mark that episode title. I'll do the hepatitis.
Why? Good.
I'll deal with the hepatitis.
I'll deal with the hepatitis. Who has hepatitis?
How are you going to deal with it? You're going to take it away from all of us?
Deal with it.
That's
It's
really
like,
But it's
Or
a
that
gospel.
you're
that's why my shirt on it.
How many hearts, Patrick?
Out of 10, 7. It'd
So which
probably be higher, but I have something that tastes like my seltzer
like a variety
here.
pack.
So, but
Okay.
it's
I don't know if I
good.
can drink a ton of those, but
No.
it is very, very good.
Okay, because I was getting that other Shiner variety for a while, and yeah,
I like that. I
haven't
haven't
seen
Liz
this one.
Magnolia.
Oh, fucking right.
Yes.
I really like that.
Which
beer
I really
a lot.
like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that beer's
Magnolia,
fantastic.
that one,
That's
yeah.
better.
All right. All right. I guess I'll go next. I'm drinking a mysterious beer I've never drank before. I found it. Found it in the case, and it was calling to me. Allegiance case to
Let me see the bottle again.
yapping away at me.
Mike,
Everyone's wondering what I'm drinking.
Mike doesn't like to get cut off, by the way.
Mike is so awestruck with this beer. He forgot that he's on a podcast right now,
He's just like,
and that there are other people around. He's just orgasming by this beer. It's good.
Mike needs to go change his underwear.
Very accurate.
Yeah, he was just zoned out.
My ADD just went fucking berserk.
He was just zoned out. Oh wait.
He violently wiped off the top of the bottle just now. I don't know if it's because I tongued it or something.
No, it's 'cause it's like 4 of them.
Yeah.
Was I not supposed to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I went tongue deep in that thing.
Yeah, no mystery. I'm drinking Elysian Space Dust, not brewed on Elysian Fields,
Unfortunately.
as Todd pointed out on Facebook.
Or in Paris.
Or in Paris. So,
Russell, what you got?
All right, so I actually opted out of drinking beer tonight, mainly because I've been drinking a lot of beer, probably too much beer. I actually went to the rugby game yesterday, and I got sweet tickets, so I had access to whatever I wanted. So tonight I decided to bring a bottle of wine, and I'm drinking Penfolds Bin 28.
Penfolds is a good
Which
brand.
is, it's fantastic, especially for the price point, too.
I know,
It's
yeah.
no Josh, huh?
Yeah, it's not much like
It's no
that.
Josh Cabernet, but
Thankfully.
Josh Cat. For the win.
I'll go next. I'm drinking
Penfolds.
an Absolute Ocean Spray Cranberry Pineapple Vodka Seltzer. They're good. Only 4.5%. Could be stronger, but it's made with actual real ocean spray.
Since I got flack for the water, I just had to.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it to you though. Fuck. Anywho, it's part of a variety pack I got from work. The ones that are made with real ocean spray cranberry are pretty solid. This one's probably not my favorite of the 4-pack, but it's pretty solid.
That's good.
I give it 5.5 hearts out of 10. 6.
So Mike's beer got 7.
Yeah, I was me and you, right? I was
You
thinking.
got a 10 out of 5 though for Mike.
I was thinking.
Trying to make it to the little boy room.
Sure.
Patrick, let's
broadcast from freaking live podcast.
The little Cowboys room.
Since everybody went around the room with what they're drinking, we can wash down. Russell made us some macaroons, and he brought them over, and he's going to talk a little bit about what he brought to us, and we can use our beers to wash these down.
Are they good?
God.
So,
Shit bags are filling up the bowls nicely. I'm just saying.
we got a couple left. Disappointed they didn't go right away. Just saying.
Yeah, I'd like one. My sins are out.
Oh, Russell!
All right,
Put
so
more of that in my mouth.
y'all just ate the one with the caramel ganache in it,
Yeah.
which I literally bought some of that in case.
God
damn.
It's
It was delicious.
But yeah, no. So I've been practicing making macaroons for next year's upcoming Hogs for the Cause. I'm going to try and tackle the bacon category, which I'm assuming everybody's relatively familiar with it. Hogs for the Cause is a big barbecue competition that we raised $4.2 million this year. That went to pediatric cancer, I believe.
That's awesome. What is that called?
That's a ganache.
No.
Wait, which one?
No, it's not.
Oh, well,
It's dulce de leche.
dulce de leche. It's like condensed milk. Sure, it's good, is what it is.
It's dulce de leche.
That's God. That's God. I would knock that out of the ass.
I've been trying to perfect those things for a long time, over the last several years, and I'm finally getting the hang of it to where I know what I'm doing when I'm making them. But long story short, I have a team meeting for my Hogs team next week, and I'm trying to prep for my bacon stuff. So there will be bacon added to these macaroons at some point. It's going to be like a dollop of bacon jam in the middle.
Sweet
And then I'm going to be
savory.
doing some candied bacon that are potentially going to be sprinkled within the buttercream or the ganache.
Russ.
So I'm hoping it turns out good.
I can only get so erect. Stop. Stop it.
Yeah, but
When you started mentioning bacon, I was like,
But for the listeners, it is a chocolate cookie, just essentially standard macaroon with cocoa powder in it, and then it's caramel, buttercream, and with ganache. I had both variants, and I've been playing around with that. And it's come out pretty good. This is the best batch I've ever made.
Yeah, These are
They were
delicious.
delicious. Yeah.
Yeah. Are macaroons really like your specialty
Can we
as
open
far
the
as
chip
baking,
shop?
or do you bake other stuff as well?
So baking in general is something that I'm pretty passionate about, and it's kind of funny as far as like I'm an engineer by trade. In baking, you have to be like super specific. It's not like cooking where you can just like throw whatever spices in and kind of just taste it and go from there. Like you got to do it exactly how you're supposed to do it. So I've kind of been drawn to it for that reason. But I've honestly had some trouble with baking. It's something that me and my ex-wife used to do a lot, and I'm now starting to get back into it, which has been nice. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Do you find it like a stress reliever?
It can be. It can be stressful as hell though. Just
Yeah.
doing it all day long and like fucking it up, and then being like, all right, I gotta start over now.
Well, Russell, it is amazing. If you ever open up some kind of shop or anything, I will definitely be one of your customers.
Nope. And Russell releasing his inner bear.
I apologize for the
So
noise.
good. It's amazing.
I mean, Russell, you could just make those and tell us what they cost to make, and I'm pretty sure we would
I'll
just.
open up my wallet right now.
Russell,
Shut up and take my money.
Russell can come back on the episode when my mom actually delivers on her deal with making crawfish pies, and we can eat.
And we just have a buffet.
We can have macaroons with our crawfish pies.
Oh, God.
Sounds like a duo made in heaven.
Yeah.
I have almost an entire year to perfect what I'm going to be submitting next year, so I'm going to be making these a lot more often. So I'll be sure to keep on bringing them.
Yeah, please bring the bacon ones.
It goes together like crawfish pies and macaroons.
The episode title. Like crawfish pies and crawfish
I
pies and
ain't gonna lie, I
macaroons.
feel like the episode title should be Jermaine Dupri got hit by a bus.
I didn't hear that.
Everybody was laughing.
That was
while
me
you-
interrupting you while you were telling the goal.
Because Mike was like, did Jermaine Dupri get hit with the bus? And I was like, yeah, Jermaine Dupri
No,
got
it was
hit
me
by a
who
bus.
said it.
Yeah.
And because somebody said it was somebody used the term Jermaine, and I was like, Jermaine Dupri?
not to
Objection 5.
not to sidetrack us from kind of what we were scheduled to talk about, but it is related to at least artists and whatnot. Did y'all see that P. Diddy came out and apologized? Like, buddy, he's like, oh, I'm sorry. There's no apology
I'm in rehab.
that's gonna make up for what you did. And now that there's the videos out and it is literally almost word for word as the woman described
The
what
video of
happened.
him in a towel in the hotel.
Yeah.
that was hilarious.
It's kind of like
I did see that.
like the Ray Rice thing. Before you heard about what happened, bad. When you get to put a video to it, whole lot
Like how he
worse.
says that's totally not me. It's like it looks pretty funny.
Yeah, that's you.
Like, look, beating any woman is so wrong, but that beautiful lady beating that piece of art is just, it's just so wrong with
So
it.
hitting ugly.
I really want to support you. Listen, I
We get
do. But when you started, the way you did with that
Let's just say it's
with the crooked ass smile, and you know he's trying to say something. It's like, oh shit, how's Mike gonna kill us now?
It's like beating ugly women. Not that bad.
I did not say that. I did not say that.
Beating ugly women, not that bad. Question mark?
I did not.
That's a
I did not
short
say
fire way to
that.
get kids. That'll get 0.
I did not say that. We're gonna get demonetized.
Bringing in so much money.
I was concerned when we titled the last episode.
The gut pickles. The pickles.
Yeah, chick like bitch don't touch like God intended.
What I was trying to say was beating somebody is really bad. Beating somebody that pretty is like
Even worse.
unfathomable.
Making breath ugly is a wonderful thing.
That's the way the parts
There's no way to say that without saying that it's slightly better to beat ugly women.
No.
If you're going to hit a bitch, alright? Jesus.
If she deserved it, no.
For the record,
No, we're totally joking.
Mike does not support any kind of domestic violence.
No.
Or putting his hand on him. He does not condone that kind of behavior.
But if you're
She ugly, slap a bitch.
Get
make Wayne Brady,
get a chick to slap that other bitch. Well, I'm sorry I brought that up now.
Mike is coming up with all these titles for us.
Zingers.
Mike, you had something that recently grinded your gears. Did it involve unattractive women?
No, I did not.
Unattractive at Home Depot.
Well,
They
Travis,
just slap them with a 2x4.
I finally have a grinds my gears. And I knew it was going to be on this episode as soon as it happens. I was like, oh man, I can't wait to fucking tell everybody about this shit.
And now it's time for another segment of What Grinds Todd's Gears.
And so I finally, after a year and a half, decided I'm going to build this fence of mine. Okay? It's been on my honey-do list for a long time, and I just kind of procrastinated and everything else, and I finally got down to it. So I went to Home Depot to go buy all the materials to get all the stuff done. I ended up building 95% of the fence, and I was short a few boards. So I go back to Home Depot like 2 or 3 days later, and they have an old guy just rummaging through like all these broken boards and taking the last good ones. And I was like, okay, I'm patiently waiting. I'm standing there. I'm like, all right, just hurry up and get your shit so I can fucking go toss around all these boards, and hopefully I find 5 good ones.
Include some wood.
Yeah. So
Did the guy work there, or is he a customer?
no, he was just a customer. Just this old hippie-looking dude. Had a bandana on,
Can't
long
trust
hair.
those people.
Huh?
You can't trust those people.
No. So anyway,
Can't trust right next to Home Depot.
he finally picks his last board, and then he looks at me. He's like, before walking away, he's like, "Good luck."
What a prick.
That's immediately what I thought. What a prick. So I go over there and I'm starting to look, and I'm like, there's nothing here. Like, everything is cracked. Everything is like fucked up.
Man, Home Depot, get
So I
your
said-
shit together.
I said, all right, well, let me go talk to the guy that had another pallet of those fence boards, the cedar boards, right on top, but it was too high for me to get up to get them. So I looked. First of all, I looked around. I was like, well, let me climb up a freaking one of those Home Depot ladders or whatever they have on the aisles, you know, the ones that you roll
The
around.
ones that you're not supposed to climb up.
Yeah, that's for the
Yeah.
employees.
Yeah, so I said, well,
Like,
let
it's
me
in that
climb
and say,
up that. But then I said, no, let me not do that because it's,
But Mike did it
Not really.
anyway because he got the idea in his head.
no, I did not actually.
Take matters into his own hands.
So I went to the first guy, and I'm like, hey man, can I use this ladder to get, I just need to get 5 boards. They're right on top. He's like, oh no, you can't use that ladder. That's only for us, not the customers. And I'm like, okay.
Can you get me the ladder?
Well, that's,
board?
yeah, that's kind of what I was insinuating. I was like, all right, well, He walked away before I could even say
Oh,
anything.
dude.
Right? He
Every-
just fucking walked
Not to
away.
cut you off, but like every time I'm in Home Depot, like it's hard for me to find shit because they don't necessarily have everything in the aisle listed on the little sign.
Right.
Every time I've asked somebody for help, they don't know where anything's at. Every time.
The best thing to do is if you just go on the website and go to that location, it'll tell you what, like you look at your item, it'll tell you what aisle it's on. And which bay. Like it's always been 3.
But if it's on the second shelf, does it tell you how to get help from it?
Too high, you're fucked.
Like, ping the manager.
So I went and
If
walked.
it's too high.
I went and walked to the other opposite side of the aisle. They had 2 other guys by the forklift. So I said, oh, these guys are helping. So I go over there and I'm like, hey man, look, I just need to get 5 boards. That's all my store. They're right above my height. Like, I can't reach them. Can you get the forklift and drop that whole pallet down so I can get the boards? They go, oh, I'll be with you in a second. So I patiently wait. Believe me, that was very hard for me to patiently wait. I'm standing
You
there.
don't say.
Standing there. So then, like, 20 minutes pass. They're just walking around. I'm like, hey man, did you forget about me? Like, I need to get these boards. He's like, yeah, I'm going. We're gonna get them from the back. And I'm like,
They're right here.
no, they're right there. No, we're gonna get another pallet and put it down on the bottom
So
spot.
those just gonna stay there unused?
Yes, they are.
That's oversight.
So So anyway, I shit you not, man. I really needed these boards to complete the project because Jamie was on my fucking ass. I stood there for no lie, 1 hour.
What is it with lives and fences?
1 whole hour before they finally came with the forklift and the pallet, the proverbial fucking pallet of wood. And they came and they sit it down after like, I don't even know.
Most people ran in front of you and started.
No.
And that guy came back.
They sit it down.
Wood.
They sit it down on the aisle, on the floor. So I started walking towards it, right? They're like, no, wait, no, don't do that. You gotta stand behind the gate. What are you doing? I'm like, well, I thought you put it down so you get my 5 boards. He's like, no, sir. They need to stay bundled up for us to put it in its spot. You can't get it now. You kind of have to wait. And I'm like, okay.
Wow.
So I guess that it infuriated the guy that I just like tried to up and fucking go get the boards. So that was going to take double time.
I've only been waiting an hour. Let me wait longer.
So finally, 20 minutes later, the forklift puts it in its spot.
As slow as it moved and the beeping just was probably insulting.
Oh yeah, it was very insulting. Very insulting.
It's like the teacher from South
So
Park.
finally, I get my boards.
Yes, 2
I get 5 of them, and I look at them, but I'm kind of like rushed now because I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. It's been like an hour and 20 minutes.
Right.
So I just get 5 boards and I go to the cashier, which is one of those
Self-checkout. Yeah.
But they have the lady there, which is I don't even understand that. They got the lady there scanning you,
And then,
but it's a self-checkout. I don't know.
yeah.
Anyway, so I go there, and while I'm like parking the cart in front of her so she could scan each board, I noticed that one of my 5 fucking boards is cracked. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just getting 4.
Chicken wire over that last fence board.
So, yeah, that was my story. I want to say fuck Home Depot. Fuck them really hard.
Are you now a Lowe's guy?
I've always been a Lowe's guy, but just it's way on the other side of town for me.
Right.
So
Worth the drive.
It is worth a drive, man. But I don't know, man.
You know, it's a treat, the Lowe's on
Every
Station
time
Street.
I've been to Home Depot lately, it's some hassle, one way or another, some bullshit.
So did you ever get that last fence board? Or you just
Is there a hole in
So
your
there's
fence?
a hole in your fence, Mike?
So I
Is there a special hole?
So
Sounds like you're 1 board short of a fence.
so I ended up
There's a
finishing.
glory hole there?
I ended up finishing the fence
99.8%.
99%. I just have to put like the trim work to it. So, and the little
You just put a little space
the
between
little
those
door
boards.
latch or whatever.
Space them out more.
Space them out.
Put a missing board.
The one
That one
Veterans
sucks.
near Kenner,
Yeah, I know where that one.
and it's horrible.
The one that's
It's right next to that amazing Walmart.
Really poor customer service.
I've also had
That's
issues
just
with
one of the issues that I've had with them. I've been over there and I got in a yelling contest with one of the cashiers one time.
Tell us that story.
I'll tell you that.
Son just was hanging.
This one was maybe last year. I went over there to get what was I getting? Something. It was the Blink cameras.
Oh, the cameras?
They went on sale. So I wanted to get. That's what I have at my house. I have 1 camera, so I wanted to get a couple more. So I saw the sale on the sticker, and so I go and I go walk up to the customer service lady. Well, she's pointing the finger. Oh, you got to go to the other lady
His finger? Like,
to get because it's behind the counter, right?
Right.
So she's pointing the finger. She's like, "Oh, you got to get it from the other lady." So I go to the other lady. Well, she's pointing to a different lady. Oh, you got to get it from that one. So I go walk over there, and then it was like crossing fingers. This one is this person's job. No, it's that person's job. all along,
Could have gone to the self checkout.
all along where they were, I ended up, seeing where they were. It was like right where we were standing. Like all she needed to do was get her little fucking key and open up that little thing. It was like literally from where me and Rusty were. It's ridiculous. So I yelled at her. I just like, this is absolutely fucking ridiculous that you put me through this when the fucking thing is like right there. And you had the key all along.
Yeah.
I said, you take your fucking blink camera and stick it up your ass.
Is this verbatim, like word for word, what you said?
Word for word.
Wonderful.
Word for word. And then I just fucking left because I was like, I'm going to get arrested.
Sir. We need to pull a Scottie Scheffler and drag him around.
I've also had lots of issues with that Home Depot, but I recently would like to tell a quick story about how I took advantage of that Home Depot. So
I like that.
I put
I like it.
spray foam insulation. I needed to add something to my attic, and they're I forget which brand it is, but if you bought 20 bundles of the spray foam stuff, you would get the machine rental for free. So I bought 20, I used my 12 or 13, however many I used, and then I returned the other 7 and got my machine rental for free, and didn't have to spend money on 20 full spray foam installations.
Nice.
Nice. The use and abuse of Home Depot.
Yeah, you gotta stick it to them while you can.
Did you pull them off?
On the way out.
Go to the zoo, flip off the monkeys.
FUKM. Fuck 'em.
So anyway, that was my Bronze years. I know it sounds silly to y'all, but it was an hour.
I know, everyone can probably.
It was an hour and a half of my fucking life
thoroughly
that I
enjoyed the
spent there
story.
fuming.
Yeah. My favorite part was the guy in the beginning. The hippie guy that's just like, good luck.
You know, I'm picturing the dude that looked like Shawn Michaels that you some party. Picturing the whole time.
I don't know if I've ever had these before, but
Yeah, that's like the.
This is Doritos.
is this like regular like barbecue Doritos?
Yeah, the barbecue, sweet and
They're
spicy,
so
whatever they are.
spicy.
Or sweet and tangy, whatever they call it.
Does anybody else have a gear grinder? Well,
No.
Mike's talking about purchasing fence boards. Todd's got one of his recent purchases sitting on the table that I believe he wanted to say something about. I mean, also pricey, probably just as pricey as Mike's fence boards. So I mean, there's it's no surprise here. I'm a big collector. We're in my man cave right now. I got probably close to 100 Funko Pops. Got some NECA figures, some bobbleheads, some wrestling figures. There's a bunch of cool stuff in here. One group of figures that's kind of caught my eye over the recent years was U2's. And I think the company originally started and it was based off of like social media influencers.
Yeah, that's the ones I was showing Travis. They like started like they made memes.
So
Different ones like that.
when I first saw the site, I was like, these are cool looking figures. Like, let me see what they got. And it's like I've never heard of any of these people. And it comes to find out they're like famous people on YouTube or just other influencers and whatnot. Well, they recently released a boys line, and of course my favorite character from the boys is the Deep, played by handsome Chase Crawford.
Oh jeez.
What's your favorite scene with the Deep?
It could be the first scene, that way where it kind of gets discovered where he's trying to have sex with Starlight. But of course, there's the famous scene where he's doing the octopus, which is where the figure is actually of the octopus around his waist. He's having sex with the octopus.
Oh, so that's what's happening there.
That's what's
They're
happening.
just wearing it like a
You're just wearing.
I think
like
my favorite though is where he eats the octopus.
Oh, that's a good one. I really enjoy when he's trying to get the dolphin out in the van.
Oh, yeah.
And he slips on the brakes.
There's also the part where he's riding the whale and he's chasing him in the boat.
I mean, how was he having sex with the octopus? They have mouths that are like beaks, so
Maybe it's
they just jump
glacial.
off pretty easy.
But anyways, I guess where I'm trying to go with this, the figure is really cool, but what's held me off from buying one of these for the longest time is because they're $30. And it's probably not even a 4-inch figure, and for $30 it's really, really pricey. They also have a couple other ones that I'm interested in buying. They have a John Wick, a PC Principal, although the PC Principal one looks kind of clean.
Yeah, they have a few cell phones.
And I just recently released the Ghoul from Fallout, which I think is probably, I probably will eventually get
The one
that
from
one.
South Park, I wanted to have the Towley High with the red eyes and holding a blunt. I'm thinking about getting that one.
And they just recently signed a deal with AEW, and I know even though they haven't released the pictures, they showed the line and shadows. You can tell one of them is MJF. I'll probably definitely get that one.
One
as
of
well.
them is probably Chris Jericho too.
Do they all have a little base?
Yep, they all come with a little base. You know, Funkos for some reason they pick select ones that had bases. Even so I've got some that had skinny legs that didn't have bases that fall over all the time.
We've knocked them over at Travis's house.
Fernando Tatis over there doesn't stand up. That one didn't come with a
I have one that doesn't stand up. I got a Sting or something.
That's one of the reasons I got rid of the Demogorgon one that I had for things, because it was an earlier pop and it didn't have a base, and the thing was so top heavy I couldn't get it to stand up.
Yeah, I have something that will just fall in the middle of the night. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, I got something
When's
over
that
there
coming
that's
out
leaning
next?
against each
I'm
other.
ready for that next season.
So anyways, yeah, I mean, that was the little piece I added. I finally caved in and bought a YouTube, but I feel like this figure is too cool looking to pass up. But so if you're interested in ever buying them, they're pricey. They're still really, really cool figures. I'm also I'm looking into getting one for Carson, because, since these things have started as based off of YouTube personalities and whatnot, Carson is a really big fan of that Ricky Berwick guy. And I was like, well, let me see if they make a U2's figure of him, and sure enough, they do. But obviously, it's probably been out a while, and it's retired or vaulted, as they call it. The cheapest one I can find is $75.
Oh, that's a
They make the
Do they
Tegri
ever
farms.
unvault, or is it just
What?
forever?
They make the Randy Tegri
Randy-
It's
farms.
probably forever vaulted, but every now and then they'll make an alternate version of it.
Oh, okay,
for
so
the
they'll bring
guy.
it back that kind of way.
Tegri farms.
So anyways,
Yeah, much like Pops. I think once Pops get retired or vaulted, they stay that way. But then they'll sometimes re-release a different variation of it, and then that was okay. Well, I'll buy that one since it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Patrick, you haven't talked in a while about some of the stuff you've been buying for your man cave.
yeah, that was awesome.
So you bought
There's
anything?
a man bear pit?
Yeah, they sent it to me. I might have to get
That's
that.
really cool.
That's a good one.
Not buying anything specific. I've been buying poster frames for posters that I have that I need to get put up. Which I had not priced posters in a while in frames. That's just fucking expensive.
You're buying it separate, or you're getting them done?
Frames will fucking run you.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
expensive.
I need to get stuff like double matted and framed, and it's just so expensive.
Oh, you mean
They're-
get it framed professionally?
Yeah, but
That shit's like highway rocket.
It's
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
expensive.
If I'm gonna say what grinds my gears to get something framed that's like, oh, I want to pay triple what I paid for the
Yeah.
actual
Right.
art.
Yeah,
And
like,
like
and even if the art's like $200, it's like, oh, the frame will be like $300.
and the art is not even that. Like they're just like posters from vintage racing events from back in the day.
Yeah.
But to get them put in the frame, I'm like, I got the posters for free. Like, well, I'm not. It's the price is
That's
I
why I
don't.
buy frames.
Are
Are you just buying the mats and stuff yourself? You're trying to assemble it, or
Those
No, I just walk in like, hey,
Osborns that I
you
had.
what's
did bring them in?
What's the cost to have this done? And I'm like,
Yeah,
nope, fuck you,
don't go
and
there.
fuck me.
I have so many Crescent City Classic and just like all kinds of old race posters, jazz fest stuff that I would love to have. It's just so expensive.
Those Terrence Osborns, not Terrence Howards,
Yeah.
that are in my kitchen. Like the print itself was maybe $50, but to get it framed was like another $150 each.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I don't know why they charge so much for framing.
Which Terrence Osborne? It's a
two.
print, or
Yeah, Hurricane Solution 1 and 3.
I've got a few pops that are kind of in the cart. I'm kind of thinking, wait, if I want to pull the trigger. I'm more saving up for this potential jersey that I'm going to need for St. Louis. That is taking up a lot of real estate that I'm planning trying to do with that. So I want to come correct for the trip. And I have a friend who's actually in St. Louis right now, and she listens to the pod, so shout out to Barbie. She's in St. Louis right now for her pre-birthday,
The grower or shell.
and she's scouting like some of the merch for me, and I saw like a pretty sweet looking, like a vintage kind of like track jacket. It's like white with kind of like the Indians, well, the Guardians have their red, white, blue pins on the side. They have something similar to that on this jacket. And just I got a few things, more clothing and merch that I'm looking at than I am actual stuff for the cave.
If you're saving up for a jersey, it must mean you're not going to DH game.
I am not.
And
first
if you
one.
wait too much longer, it's not going to be in for the time.
Yeah.
Inside the HJ, it won't be in. For the time.
There's a couple. Look, there's a guy on eBay right now that has an unworn Mitchell and Ness vintage Cardinals jersey that's with an unnamed player on the back, which I like because I don't really need a player name on the back, especially not from a current player. And it's literally a quarter of the price of the Ozzie Smith one. So like, it makes no sense to buy the Ozzie Smith for like almost $200.
Yeah, hear me out. What you could do is you can buy the one with no name on the back. Then you can look for an Ozzie Smith number hit and get Mike's mom to sew it on.
That's very possible.
Mike's mom to the rescue with the clothes.
I have spent more money at Miss Ada's shop in the last 3 weeks than I care to think. And I'm getting great deals. I'm just spending a lot of money getting shit off this.
For a while.
Have we given family alterations a proper shout out on this?
We did. You know what? Damn it. I'll give her another one.
I'm sitting on the ball.
Because I called. You can ask Mike. Mike, what did I call you last Saturday and ask and tell you?
Oh, what my mom likes.
We were at
What restaurant she likes.
Yes. Because, and I'll say it once, I'll say it again. I'm not paid to make this statement or to do any kind of advertising. Family Alterations is the best goddamn place to get any kind of clothing altered, hemmed, whatever you need done. She does it. It's done within a week. And you feel like you're taking money from her because she does not charge you.
It's so cheap.
What you would think what other places charge for the same quality alteration work. I brought her five pair of pants. I'm thinking in my head, all right, that's most places that's $10 a pop. $50, I got cash. Walk in, bam, $30. I was like, what? No. I will not let you charge me that little money. Take more money. She's like, no.
It's so fun. I don't even know how she stays in business because what you're telling me, a lot of people tell me, like, man, your mama don't want to take my money. It's like, okay, well, that's 1, 2.
It's weird. It's almost like
damn.
Yep, your mom
it's
has
almost
done
like the
several
quality
different
of quantity thing. You're getting insane quality and a ton of quantity.
This chips away.
They're perfect. Like,
You get only
I literally said, I'm like, and she's been doing this. Yeah, put it right next to the microphone.
40 years.
Yeah, she's been doing it for so
I
long.
am up. I was going to ask you to bring some, but I keep getting these.
And
I have.
she's obviously very good at what she does. So I tell her, like, hey, just measure me in one pair of pants with them on, and then just cut through the other 4 or 5 however many to the exact same length. They are within an 1/8 or a 16th, every one, and they all fit great. And I was like, oh, Patrick, oh, you look so good and this and that. I'm like, yeah, my suit wasn't that expensive, but I paid for quality alteration work, and that makes the suit look good.
Is that what you've done? Where you bought a suit from whatever store and then bring it to her just to alter it?
Yeah.
So
In an emergency, I had to buy a suit that I did not own this color of, and I literally brought it to his mom on like probably a Monday, and I'm like, hey, I kind of need it by like the following Monday. She's like, it'll be ready on Thursday. I was like,
I have
like, okay.
seen with my own eyes, if you really need some, I need some like tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
She will sit there and like, just wait on it.
So, funny you mentioned that. So, this Saturday, I went to go...
It's not... I'm not...
not saying do it.
Yeah, go over there, but I've seen that she goes out of her way to make sure that everybody's...
Yeah, so I went there Saturday morning. She's like, she gave me... I picked up the 5 pair of pants. I dropped off 2 more. She's like, it's a Saturday. She's like, oh, come back next Saturday. No problem. So, Saturday morning, I get up, like 10 o'clock. I go over there. I walk in. She's like, oh, they're not ready yet. I was like, okay, because the power was out, so they were kind of down for a little bit of while. She's like, okay, no problem. She's like, come back before noon. I was like, oh, okay, I can wait till like Monday. It's not a pressing issue.
Come back in 10 minutes.
Dude, I left, went to Academy, came back probably 45, 50 minutes later. She's like, oh, here they are, try them on. And I'm like, oh, nope, I don't need to try them on. They're perfect. And they were. It's like, son of a bitch. She's like, just bang, 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 knocked him out. I was like, God damn. So yes, I will shout her out.
Usually I bring her simple things like, like if there's like a hole in like a seam or something, or a button fell off, and it's like she'll grab him and fix him on the spot.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
And the reason I call Mike, because normally like the cost to just hem a pair of pants, let's say it's like $6, $7, whatever she charges, right? I needed these hemmed and I needed them tapered. It was cheaper than what she charged me before for just the hem. I'm like, what? How? The math don't math. But I'm paying.
There's the episode title, The Math Don't Math.
Yeah. So I called Mike. I'm like, Mike, what is your mom like? Give me the name of like her favorite restaurant. I need to get her a gift card. I feel horrible that she will not take my money. Like she wants to like fight me when I try to leave the tip or the change on the table. She's like, no, like she will literally pick it up and like bring it to the front door as I'm trying to walk out.
Wipes it off the counter.
Yeah, I'm like, hey.
No good here.
So he's like, no, just she likes sweets. Get her something sweet. So I'm like, all right, I'm on that. But yeah, like, shout out. She will not take your money more than
So
what
quick sidebar. You just clued me off. You said restaurant. Have y'all done a top 5 restaurants before?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did we? Yeah.
Yes.
I wasn't there.
I have things to say.
That was at Mike's house.
I will
Also
get you the
listen to it.
episode.
Give us.
Yeah, I'll get you the episode and you can do a react to
All right, cool.
the shenanigans.
And you can
that
tell
we
us
brought up.
which ones we said were shit. Which
For
ones
the
we
record,
agree with.
ground patty is still. It's actually okay.
No,
Old ground patty is still shit.
it's 8 out of 10.
I think the highlight of that episode was Mike's telling the Young Garden story.
Young Garden. Oh, about the thongs.
Wait, Ground Patty was just burger places, right? This was Young's was restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was really early.
That was when we learned the story about the place
Might have
burning
been
down.
Might have been the first one we did at Mike's house.
Yeah, I don't remember what
Probably so.
No, we did the one at Mike's.
22 episodes ago.
So allegedly,
Redo my cup.
the thongs lady went over there to Young's and said, "I'm gonna catch you on fire." Allegedly.
Yeah, I think that's
Can't trust
better
You
episode
can't
title
trust it.
than Jermaine.
Well, Asian lady and your Asian lady sitting by the fire.
I've got 5 of them written down so far.
He's got 5. What are the episode
Patrick should have
titles?
to sift through those and
What
figure
are the
out
top 5 episodes?
What are the top 5 episode titles? We got 5 today.
Can't trust hippies at Home Depot. Beating ugly women, not half bad. Deal with the hepatitis. They go together like crawfish pies and macaroons. Did Jermaine Dupri get hit by a bus?
I think did Jermaine Dupri get hit by a bus? Question mark. We'll get a lot of.
It's got the question mark.
We'll get a lot of clicks.
I would say that sounds like clickbait.
We're not going with the second one about beating up.
Women.
You can replace the math don't math with that one right now. I'll tell you, I don't need y'all's input on that.
That'll be an honorable mention. That'll come in as an honorable mention.
We've never had so many episode titles. Usually we're scrambling.
We're gonna start doing this every episode. I'll start writing them down.
Yeah, because normally time I just listen to it back and I'll text y'all, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about this for the episode title? Or I'll just replay or text out funny dialogue from the recording while I'm trying to edit it.
Pickles
And just,
don't touch. Like God intended.
Yep.
that was a great one. I think my mom saw the episode title and she was like, what is that all about?
Click on the episode.
I'm listening to the whole episode and like, where the hell was this title even said? It's like the last 2 seconds.
Oh, and by the way,
At
the very end, so we didn't even talk about it. Just throw it out at the end. Yeah.
Dad would probably be listening and seeing those titles and saying the same kind of things. Like, how the hell did y'all think of this?
Yeah, there's some questionable ones in there, and some of them they just kind of happen organically, I guess. I will say this:
Organic pickles.
Mother Taplin was very happy to meet you guys.
Yeah, likewise.
She's like, those are guys in the podcast, right? I'm like, yeah, Mom. She's like, which one's a which again? I'm like, too long to explain. It's really easy now. I'm like, Mom, for the first 7 months of knowing them, I really didn't remember myself. And then I found one facial feature, and I was like, that's it.
What's crazy is I never had
just
a
specific
problem
between y'all.
telling y'all apart. Like even in high school, I mean, y'all had the same haircuts and clean shaven.
Well, we had a famous story that the priest actually used at our wedding, because when I went on the first date with Jessica, she ironically ran into me at the mall like 2 days later, and she didn't know it was with Travis, and she didn't know which one was which. So she looked down and saw I was wearing the same shoes that I had on.
Oh wow!
So that's how she knew it was me. So Paul Landry, who used to be at St. Edward's, was our priest. And
So how?
he's like, "Are you sure you got the right twins tonight? They have the same shoes on."
That's great.
How different do y'all see them? And I'm asking because I have friends that I met in high school that are twins that I think it's drastically obvious at this point that I've known them for 20 years. I 100% have trouble distinguishing y'all.
Oh, you
Wait, they're twins?
Only in theory.
Well, Todd has a beard. And Travis doesn't.
Yeah, there's some obvious facial features.
No, but honestly,
Outside of that,
I had a beard this morning.
Well, they're both growers.
you have to establish that.
So honestly, Russell, I'll tell you this.
More than the other.
It was a non-physical thing. When I first met them, it was around the time when Sean and I joined up on teams for fantasy football. I remembered, I'm like, okay, the one that's always the angriest is Todd. And no lie,
So it's a personality.
I would just wait for Todd to just go off the rails about something. I was like, that's for sure Todd.
Hence the segment.
Yeah. Then I realized some of the haircuts are different. To me, Todd's ears are kind of a little more pinned back.
Sure.
This one's fucked up. This one.
You were doing some MMA, Todd?
This is when we were born. This ear didn't form up because he was smashing me in the corner. He's like, "Fuck you."
Travis's nose is more angular.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Ever since I met him, I felt like y'all's personalities are different to me. So I
From
could
day
tell.
one, I felt like I always knew the difference.
Yeah. But I don't know. But we met him in high school, so
We've been knowing Mike since kindergarten. Met
Mike doesn't even know they're twins.
Sean and Biff and me.
Y'all said something on that.
Sean and Biff and me.
Y'all gotta be Josh and me.
Yeah.
Well, that's into I guess a good segue for the last thing I've got written down on here is since we're talking about Todd and I. Last night we went to see the Mrs. Doubtfire musical at the Sanger Theater.
Was Robin Williams in it?
Too soon.
Too soon. I mean, it was like 10 years.
No, but I will say
He came up as a genie in a bottle.
the guy who played Daniel Hillard, I mean, he didn't look like Robin Williams, but he sure as hell did a good job with the voices. I mean, that was between trying to match Doubtfire's voice and Robin Williams' voice, and then they had a part at the very beginning where he tells the social worker that he can do voices. And then, he just goes off on this rant, and it wasn't the same ones from the movie. He just picked ones that he could do.
Good dude.
And he did, Yoda and Kermit and Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
He did Gollum amazing.
Yeah. He
That
even,
version of a hot
He did Borat.
yeah, did Borat. Yeah, so
That's pretty good.
So he did a lot of voices.
Where'd y'all see this?
It was at the Sanger.
Sang. Okay.
So, I mean, it was funny. It was, same thing. It was it was Mrs. Doubtfire. They changed up a couple of scenes where the Miranda Hillard wasn't, like a landscape architect or whatever she was in the movie, or interior designer, whatever she was in the movie. She was a clothing designer, and she designed a model of clothing for Pierce Brosnan's character, who owned a chain of gyms. So that was the one thing they really kind of changed from it, which was quite different.
Yeah, so instead of the pool scene where he throws a kiwi, it's they're in the gym.
And it's they're at the gym snack bar, and he throws the fruit at him.
Fruit.
But it was funny. But and it was actually a Christmas present to our wives. We got tickets. Todd and I discussed this during Christmas and got them tickets for a Christmas present to do a date night. It said it was funny, but musicals just aren't really my thing, because it's every couple of minutes you got this long drawn out song. It's wait, well, that wasn't in the movie, and then it takes up 5 minutes. Great, we're getting close to the end.
Another song.
It's like time to go home. But 2 more songs, and
Aside from like what Travis was saying about the guy doing all these different voices, one thing that really impressed the hell out of me was how fast this dude can get in and out of the costumes. Because the scene where they're in the restaurant, they actually would show him go in the bathroom, and it was like one of those screens that was down. It was like a light where you could see him change. And like showing him change, the dude he was like throwing his shirt on, and he got a shirt on and like fully dressed in like 10 seconds.
Wow.
And they had people helping him, like they had people back there like
Yeah.
holding shit up for him and whatnot. But it was pretty quick.
So, yeah.
And and the whole musical itself was 2 hours, but they had in the middle of the thing they take the 30-minute intermission, which drags it out. But not terrible. But again, I'll just go out and say that musicals aren't really my thing. The songs just kind of wear on you.
Have you seen anything that like was your jam, like, or it's just not musicals are just absolutely not your thing?
I mean,
West Side Story's the shit.
yeah, I do. I was growing up. I always loved the movie Grease, and I loved West Side Story. But I guess Broadway stuff isn't really my.
I personally like musicals a lot, so it's
First
interesting
time
to
you saw
get a
it?
view.
I personally and I'm a music producer, so
Yeah.
you'd think I'd like musicals, but I don't like sung dialogue. I think it's so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I'm like, just say it.
Yeah.
Like that's just my thing. Like it's just like I am going to the. It's like, but wait for me. It's like it's so stupid to me.
It's
I'm
like
like,
Sean was saying with
We
South
should
Park.
do a
there.
whole
Yeah,
episode like that.
The bro downs.
The musical episode.
It's like,
musical
but
episode.
all I
Even
have to say,
describes that
Wicked
musical
is the
episode.
best musical ever.
Biff got hit on by a guy.
Biff, do you have a story to tell? Yes.
Welcome back, Wagoneers.
Hey, it's the musical episode. Mighty Biff going to have a drum battle.
Speaking of that, we do have to have the drum battle.
I
will play with one
I
hand.
think Mike's.
I mean, am I the only one when you're not that I go to church a lot, but when the priest is singing the whole part, instead of just saying it, I'm like, oh, it's one of these masses. Well, when it's like, when he's saying he's reading from the book, but he has to chant and sing the whole thing. It's like just
And
say it.
half the time he can't sing. Half the time he can't sing, or like the deacon who has.
It's like, shut up and just say it.
Right,
Like they have to sing the entire. Yeah.
We're not making fun of anybody's religion. I just want to make that clear.
I said something.
AKA Mike's
Like
got his pee touch before.
I
Was
would-
that Monty Python?
Yeah.
Might have been a Monty Python reference.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, where they put the book.
Yeah, we get hit.
Gonna know his requiem.
We're going way off topic here, guys. I would say that Mrs. Doubtfire, the musical at the Sanger, gets out of 10, 7 hearts.
7 hearts.
So y'all,
So it
lined up to go
equals
see Clue?
The Shine
Clue's coming
Peter.
up right behind it. I'm really interested to see it.
Clue?
Yeah.
Look,
So you'd rather go to the
I like
musical
Please. So
I don't
I
get
musical.
hepatitis from the Shiner
than
Peter.
get hepatitis.
Yeah, if it's any consolation, it was probably the highlight of my day because I saw 2 clients cut grass and went to the grocery before. So I give it a 6 because it was better than what I expected. But again, I think you lose 4 stars with all the singing.
Agreed.
Was there any?
Why was it better
The
than
whole
expected?
musical concept.
Like, Mrs. Doubtfire was
I
such a
feel
great
like that's like I went to this NASCAR event and there was just like too many cars. Like
Too much loud noises.
Because
musical had too much singing.
It's musical and all these musical.
because I'm already going into it with the mindset knowing it's a musical.
So you're
I think that's you rated it really well considering you're claiming you don't like musicals. Or not claiming, but you don't.
I am here.
Well, this is
sitting,
how-
waiting for the
this is-
musical to start.
The comedic aspect and the fact that it was Mrs. Doubtfire kind of brought it up.
Waiting.
Was there any subtext from South Park? Go down him, go down.
Blowjob players.
Did y'all go see Book of Mormon when it came here multiple times?
No,
Book of Mormon's
I
pretty
still haven't
solid.
seen that, but I want to see
It's
it.
very
I
good.
would like to have seen it.
So we went to New York last Easter, and we all, as the 8 of us,
No,
Todd, our wives, and kids, all decided to do the Yankees game just for, I guess, for them, for the wives, it was more of like just to say we went to a Yankees game kind of thing. But then 2 days later, they decided to go see Wicked. So, Biff already pointed that out.
Got a home
And
run right home.
And Todd and I decided to forego that and went to a Mets game.
Oh, well,
City
it's
Field. So,
What is Wicked about?
Wizard of Oz.
Blowjobs?
Is it really?
No.
Wizard of Oz.
It's a Wizard of Oz from the Wicked Witch's perspective.
Yeah. Wicked smart.
Wicked smart.
There's
There's one particular song that I like in that, and it's like a showcase of that. It's called Divine Gravity. It's a really well done song, really a cool production of it.
Can you sing? a
No,
little bit?
absolutely fucking
You
not.
should. We've been singing
You acted out then.
the one man show.
I want to hear "Ha" as a musical.
How about Citral as music?
Opal.
Shorts and white
Well-
shirts.
You can go to pretty much any strip club in Atlanta and get that kind of experience.
We talked a lot about strip clubs earlier. We did not talk about Tampa strip clubs.
The best.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
best.
Yeah,
Please do
bottomless
tell.
strip clubs.
Depending upon where you go, a lot of them don't have their liquor license, so it's BYOB. So you pay
I thought they couldn't have liquor license if it was bottomless.
if it's if it's bottomless.
But they let you bring in beer by the trash bag.
Bottomless mimosas or
You can't have bottomless and alcohol.
That makes no
Correct.
sense whatsoever.
It's Florida.
Well,
You can
Yeah,
bring
take
your
that.
own alcohol.
It's
just saying to
Florida.
crack down on
Florida man brings alcohol into bottomless.
So yeah, we were
I mean, Todd, when Brian Newman joined the military, his fraternity brothers threw him a going away party, and it was at a topless bottomless strip club in Mississippi, and like they had no alcohol, but you were allowed to bring bottles of alcohol.
Was that wait, what's it? What
It
is
was
that?
called Illusions. It was in Woodville, Mississippi.
Woodville, yeah,
Woodville.
yeah. I know the guys who get drunk in Baton Rouge. Like, we're going to Woodville. We're going to
And
Woodville.
dude, it was the shadiest place. It was
It's the
literally
shadiest place
in
ever.
the woods. But they had a
Hence the name, so it's not just a clever name.
But they had a freaking motel right next door to where if you got hammered at the strip club, you can go fucking sleep it off at this rat-infested motel.
yeah. So you go to a bottomless strip club in Florida. They don't have the liquor license, so you pay extra for the cup. You pay more in the cover, but you can. They tell you whatever you can bring in whatever vessel you can get it in. You're good. You have to pay for water, Red Bull / energy drinks, and any kind of mixer like orange juice, Coca-Cola, whatever like that. So that part you mix. You can if you have like alcohol, but beer, whatever you bring in and however you get it in is all.
Bring like
a giant.
Bring like
dildo
a
or
giant.
something.
So we played a kickball tournament in Tampa one year, and there's a group of like maybe 9 of us going to the strip club after like a meet and greet event, and we didn't know the rules of this. So the guy's like, "All right, well, what alcohol are you checking in?" And we're like, "Huh? What?" And he's like, "Oh, are y'all from here?" He's like, "No, we're from all over the country, right?" He's like, "Oh, so we don't sell alcohol. You bring your own." We're like, "Oh,
I'll be right back."
okay." So he's like, "Listen."
I'll tell you where the alcohol
He's like, he literally says, go up the road about a quarter mile, whatever it is. There's a liquor store. There's also a Walmart, some other place. Whatever you can get, bring it in. Buy an ice chest, whatever. Bring it back. So our team leader, quote unquote, it was Benny. She's like, fuck it, we're getting 55-gallon trash bags, and we'll just put everything in that. So we got fucking bags of ice, put that in the trash bag, got as much beer as we could,
Trash bags?
because we couldn't find ice chests, and we weren't gonna, and we weren't gonna keep the ice chests because we were Ubering where we were. We just get rid of them anyways.
They didn't have the disposable
Get
ones?
those
The little styrofoam ones?
At the gas station.
They did, but it was not as cheap as buying trash bags
True.
that we could also use for the tournament the next
Very,
day.
very true.
Yeah.
village trash bags we're talking about.
Like 6, 7, big meal trash bags. So we just brought a bunch of trash bags, put alcohol in it, then we walk up, and the guy's like, "This might be a first." He's
He's just like touche.
He's like, "That's fucking impressive." He's like, "You know, I'm gonna do y'all a favor." He goes inside and comes back like a big stack of like plastic cups for us. He's like, "So you don't have to fucking lug this around. Just pour your beer in there. When you want a refill, come outside and just get a new beer." And so we all night we just walked outside into the trash bag, got a new beer, We gave the guy a couple for holding the bag, watching the bag for us, the security guy, and we walked back in, and that's what we did all
I
night.
just don't understand the correlation of the bottomless and no alcohol.
And it's Florida.
I feel like in my
They take
mind it's like
I think it's like
you
guys.
can't have alcohol.
I
So
don't know.
it's
It's
like-
not even worth trying to justify. Like
So bottomless, do they do like bottomless too?
Yes.
Oh, we went to one in
Yeah.
Woodville, Mississippi. Did Travis mention that yet?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
At Woodville, yeah.
Yeah.
did. Yeah, he did.
That was Brian Newman's.
Careful what you get on your pants.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
Speaking of hepatitis,
do I really want that on my pants?
Travis was getting
more
ready.
than glitter.
Yeah. Miss Ada just tightened me up. I can't get these bad
Can you
boys
get those
dirty.
pants
No.
dirty?
Travis was looking to get a strip lap dance from a girl named Pandora, who will put her pussy right there on your nose.
Lap dance, that's a mustache, right?
And on that note,
Redact.
Travis is out.
That's a,
ain't nobody redacting that. That's
so
no knowledge.
And-
Wife already knows
quality
this, wherever
info
I
right
told
there.
her.
speaking going back to one of the clubs that we went to, I think it was called Space Odyssey 2001.
Oh,
The name of
So it's the
Yeah.
one with the UFO?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the one I've been to.
Yeah, and it's well known. Do you remember the Space Bucks and that whole thing?
Wow.
So
I'll let Matt come and talk on
This
this
is such a
podcast as
Spaceballs?
far as that's concerned.
so what happens if you don't have cash or don't want to deal with the ATM, you can use your credit card and for a lower like charge fee, buy Space Bucks, which you would then use to pay for your lap dance or to throw as though it's like real money.
It's a great idea.
It's amazing, right?
That's smart by them.
Oh,
Space
wow.
out.
Yeah.
Shout out.
And then they just
If you're
charge you the
listening.
full amount after you're done.
Yeah.
Genius.
It was great. Like you're like, hey, I want $500, and like, okay, so then if you go to the ATM, maybe they hit you with like a $10 processing fee. Credit card might be 6 or 7 or whatever like that. Like no, 5% or whatever the case may be. They undercut the other ways. Like yeah, here's Space Bucks, and we'll pay you. You pay for everything with your Space Bucks. It was fucking brilliant.
That's hot. That's hot.
Which one is that?
I think we should do a podcast at Strip
It's wine.
Oh, I got it. It's got a bunch of randoms in there.
Set up a mic. It's like, hold on, could you turn the music down?
Guys, y'all be
Could you not try to insert that mic into your vagina? We kind of need that for recording.
It is not a toy. Expensive.
I'm kidding. We can't do that.
Yeah, no shit, Mike. Let's just stick to recording at breweries, baseball games, wholesome places that won't get us in any more trouble than we're going to cause. Because,
No scuttlebutts.
R.I.P. Now, if you want to put a little case together, maybe to buy the building,
Have y'all been to Scuttle? I've never been in
I
Scuttle.
went twice.
Fortunately or unfortunately?
Dirty boy.
It's always at the public show.
Unfortunately.
I've never actually been, though.
It's awful.
I've heard.
Yeah.
You got
Like,
bullet wounds?
the first time I had never been, so I wanted to know what it was about. The second time, my buddy was, for lack of a better term, really hard up to go to a strip club. And visions.
Lack of a better
I
term.
thought it's a perfect term. for it.
Yes and no. And visions, for some
Really
reason,
hard up
was
to
an
go.
issue getting into. And he's like, "Fuck it, we're going to the Dell. We're going to the dirty Dell. All right, my guy, you're driving." So 5 of us piled up in a Tahoe or whatever, and he went to fucking Scuttlebutts. And I was like, "Never again." Yeah. Hey, I wasn't paying for
I
it.
want Mr. Binky's in Chalmette. That's too far.
No, y'all don't have to answer, but worst strip club thing that y'all have seen. Or
Oh, Looker's Lounge, dude. I mean, I've been to a worse one.
I've
The worst experience
worst
I had
experience, yes.
Worst experience
Going
I
around the
had.
table.
was the Gold Club in Baton Rouge during the day.
How did we get on this topic?
I don't know.
Weren't we close out?
during the day, and the strippers were all hideous. And then the hottest one was the waitress, so everybody was trying to pay the waitress to get on the stage.
Oh, wow.
So
Adam Apple was as big as their balls.
yeah, I won't say this gentleman's name, but there's a guy that used to be part of our friend group, and he and I when we were both single would frequent strip clubs as well, both single, and we went to the one on. It's no longer there. I think it might be that gumbo shop now. So
Celestial Bodies.
Yes.
Bodies, yeah.
Used to be called Celestial Bodies.
Boy.
With,
It's a
while I was there,
gumbo
there was
Gumbo stop. Yeah.
there was one that was pregnant.
It's Chef
and then
Ron's, huh?
There was another one.
Fries.
There was another one that actually had a fake leg. So
Fake leg.
Whoa.
So,
Fake leg.
so
I'll be impressed.
that is so
Like,
funny that you
damn.
say that, Travis.
The fake
Because
leg.
that is my story. Is the pregnant one? I was working and I had to go pick her up.
Oh, wow.
She was
Yeah.
finally due. And man, I don't know. Should I be talking about this?
Things are happening. Stage.
sure,
No, I don't think I can talk about
you
this.
didn't say your employer or her name.
Her name is Stardust.
Well, that's true.
We had
I didn't know. I didn't catch the real name.
Her water broke while she was dancing.
Oh wow.
Sploosh.
And
Splashed.
yeah.
Well, that was top eight.
Yeah. So anyway,
I think
that
that was.
was yeah. It
No
was that
paternity
pregnant one,
leave
Isn't that
stripper.
crazy?
Yeah, there was a pregnant one, and then there was another one with a fake leg. So
The fake leg.
I'll say
is
that
the
actually
kicker.
topped Looker.
Was she doing like pole dancing stuff? Was she like using her fake leg?
Take it on and off and twirl
It didn't
it
stay
around.
very long.
If the fake leg lady wasn't doing like a pirates kind of thing with her thing, then shame on her. She was leaving money on the table, literally and figuratively.
I won't give you scurvy, but I'll give you hurt.
Write that one down.
Right.
It's a pretty solid title.
I won't give you scurvy, but I'll give you her.
That might be the winner.
And on that note,
You know what? That is a great point to end this episode. And on that note, wagons
Wagons
out.
out.
What is this one?